Okay. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Say yes or no in the chat. That way we can begin. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Please tell me. Gotta wait until you guys document this. Can you guys hear me? Hello, Steve Middledorf. How you doing? Oh, okay. How about now? How do I sound? How do I sound? I know there's a little bit of a delay sometimes. I have to wait until you guys say something. But I'm saying that my mic is okay. But hold on. I'm talking to you like literally 3 maybe inches away from this. But if I'm here and I speak normally in a audible sound, how does it sound now? So I gotta wait until you guys respond. And how you doing, Edward? Thank you for joining the channel, joining my stream. So you guys probably are aware, I just bought myself not loud enough. I see. All right, not loud enough or not loud. That's okay. I get it. So I guess I'm gonna have to do the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna have to do this. What's up, gunpla modelers? This is Strider Prime, bringing you a new edition of Gundam Models. How does that sound? Much better, right? Unfortunately, I just got this the Yeti Blue microphone. Been hearing about good things about this microphone. It's pretty nice. Didn't feel like keeping on the headset all the time just so I can speak on the mic like literally an inch away from me. Not so good for the way. Yes, I kind of figured that. I did a little testing with Miguel a couple of weeks ago to see how I can get out of it. What can I get out of this? But in reality, I did actually a recording of me speaking, and it actually turned out well. Hang on a second. I'm gonna try a trick. I'm gonna put it back down here. All right, so I switched on to something else. How about now? And let me increase the gain. I didn't want to increase it up too much. How about now? I should hear myself on the well. I could probably put headsets on and hear me, and I should do that. So let me just put this on. The cool thing about the Yeti is you can actually put a headset on it. All right, testing 1 2. See, I can pretty much hear myself. I also hear a lot of the background noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that. If you can hearing a weird echoey sound or a tick 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 sound. Actually, that's because I have the ceiling fan on. It's a little warm in here. Oh, it's a way better? Okay, we'll leave it that for now. I'm going to put this away because I don't want to hear myself all the time. I can hear myself when I speak. Anywho, I'm back. I am somewhat back, but I'm back. As you can see, my place is a little bit bigger. A lot bigger. And I am not 100% ready to give you a room tour because it's only been about a month now that I moved, because I moved at the end of the year, just as the year was closing, and I didn't feel like paying another month's worth of rent at the old place while coming in here and paying, this month's rent. So I didn't want to do that. I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to do it this way. I started moving early at this place while still living at the place where I used to be. And then it wasn't until like the last few days of the year that I did an official move. Now, give me a few moments, guys. I'm actually posting the link to the live stream on my Facebook page for people who are probably not even aware. Fishing preview. There we go. So these guys can see this. I haven't had the opportunity to sign up for the yearly subscription for SteamYard. I still have the powered by SteamYard thing up here, so I'm hoping to purchase the license copy and put in my new, maybe put a logo on it, maybe put, you know, Gundam Planet down below here. I don't know, something like that. We'll see where we go from there. But anyway, thank you for you guys being patient with me, and now that I'm here, what do I have to say? I don't know. I have nothing to say because I'm really tired. Tired for like moving has been an experience that I was not prepared for. I think the last time I moved was back in 1989, and that house has been well, an apartment. It was an apartment that I lived in there for 30 years, and in reality, I lived there and then I moved away from that apartment because I moved, like all adults, you move away from your home and go someplace else. It was actually an apartment that my mother stayed, and I was in a place where I used to live in Jersey City. And for those of you who know, I used to live in Jersey City, and I lived in a place for about maybe 2 years. Had my own place and my own gig and all that stuff. And then I guess one of the tenants was, I guess he felt bored and did something stupid. And then there was a nice little fire which took out everything. So I had to go back to my own home, and that's where I stayed. I could have easily found another place, but during the years, you owe money, you pay stuff, you go to school, you do things. How you doing, Lucas? How you doing? Hello, Azriel. Thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, when you live in the same place over, I lived in the place that I was for 30 years, going to school, going to work, living the life that you always, you live. I would have to say when I was in my new place, I built model kits, but it wasn't like what I do now. It just basically, I bought a model kit, build it, display it, and I'm done. That's it. Or at the time, I wasn't painting, I wasn't detailing it, I wasn't thinking of the cool things you could do with it. Hell, you got to remember, back in the 90s and early 2000s, YouTube was not there. The internet was still a thing, thing that we all remember going through our phone lines. So I didn't have the accessibility of seeing cool things from another country. When I learned about, Gundam here in the States, it was through a hobby store. Or if it was not a hobby store, it was through a magazine. Like back then, the only magazine material that I found, the first one, happens to be the Starlog magazines. I don't know if anybody heard about the Starlog magazines. They were the best science fiction magazines that was ever made, or publicized, you could say. And I learned everything from anything in reference to Jump animation through Yamato, um, Dragon Ball, which I think they started showing on the magazines. Obviously Gundam, um, Pat Labor, Votums, the early 80 anime. And I can probably remember other anime that I can't remember off the top of my head. But you guys all remember those early 80 years, 80 mech or anime years. Going into to the 90s, how I found out about Gundam was going to... Okay, I used to work in New York for 5 years. And during those 5 years, I remember, for those of you who don't remember New York in the 90s, this is before they made it beautiful. This is when everything was all gritty and sleazy. and pretty much every corner was either a video store selling bootleg copies of anime, martial arts, or porn, or those peep shows. Those were the things that were like crazy back then. And when I was working in New York back in the mid '90s, there was a video store that was selling all sorts of videos, and of course the ones that I learned was seeing um, Char's Counterattack, Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball movies, of course, the Gundam series like the Gundam Wing, and then G Gundam, and then those came out in this here bootlegged, dubbed, and I still had those. I had a box full of those, and I got rid of them because they were bootlegs. They had no value. But back in the day, that's how I learned about those about those series. And I kind of said, I put two and two together. If they were able to make an animated series of of 0080 or 0083 Stardust Memories, then they're clearly made a model kit. And then I started searching where can they, where you can find model kits back in the mid '90s. There are two places I knew. In New Jersey, there was a Japanese mall on River Road. Maybe some of you guys have heard of it, but there they were selling F90, F91 kits, the old the older kits, of course, like the Zeta series and the Double Zeta series, the MSV kits here and there. Which, of course, when I looked at them, I was like, why does these look so weird and out of proportion? You guys remember. And then, of course, when you go into, and then as the years passed, you were able to see, F91, you had Wing Gundam. The Wing Gundam kits, were the coolest things to come out. Then G Gundam, and then Victory. You guys all know that the '90s were like all over the place with the Gundam series. And that was how I learned about where to get my kits, was either through that Japanese mall in New Jersey or Forbidden Planet in New York. Now Forbidden Planet didn't have the biggest selection, but they had a good selection of kits that I've never seen before, and that caught my attention as well. So my exposure to Gundam and model kits were a little slow, but not too much though, because I didn't have all the information that I've gathered through the years until YouTube came along, and then I started watching everything, and that all changed. Tavo, nice to see you. Thank you. Anna, thank you very much. Thank you. And before we continue, I did say I am going to pop this open, and I will do that now, because this has been a long time coming. I've been waiting for this for since August. There were times where I actually was thinking of actually popping this out early. And so you guys know what it is. There you go. To my Dominican brothers and sisters out there who are watching this right now. Oh, hold on a second. Hetty, happy birthday to you. I'll send you a message later. Yes. Nice. I think that's good. Yeah. Nice. Oh, so you see the turn A back there? Yes. You know what? I found that in a store. All right. So let me continue with my moves, because the move was amazingly, incredibly incredible. Hold on. Cheers. Gunpla. That's good. That's very good. All right. So Um, so I've been I packed up. So for months, I've been packing up stuff into storage, and the last when I moved, we pulled in everything from the old house to here. I still had stuff there that during the course of me now officially moved, I started going over there, picking up stuff, bringing here, back and forth. But it was just like a few things here and there. And then I of course turned in my key, and it was like a sad moment to look at this place saying goodbye for the last time. But I ended up going back there again because I still had mail coming to it. So yeah, it happens to everybody. Oof. Yeah. But now that this new place that I'm in, everything's not completely 100% settled down. I mean, my living room is still a mess. All my furniture is where it is, but it's still a mess with all the stuff in there. I've been like breaking down boxes left and right. I still have like all the glass and silverware and all that stuff in boxes that needs to be put into a cabinet that has to be positioned in another place of the room. That I haven't done yet. Hopefully, I'll be doing that this weekend. I have to rearrange my table again so it looks nice. Rearrange. This past maybe 2 weeks, I was rearranging my room. Now, first thing I like to let you know that this is not my room. This is my office. This whole thing that you see here is an office. I sent a picture on Instagram of this table, which I bought in IKEA for about 80 bucks, and this other little white table that's back here, which was attached to this. That white table cost $25. I had it stuck here, so right now there's the wall there, and then I had the table placed over here, and it's a perfect way of me, if I have to do something here and then work here. Then I realized it was a little stupid because then I have to go all the way around to do what go have to do. So I decided to put that on the wall over there and make that my work table. And I'm going to stand up so you guys can see a little bit more of this. All right, so there's the table. There's a cabinet there that I purchased, that plastic cabinet for stuff, tools and things like that. Obviously, there's the Penelope that I've been preparing to work on. I have those shelves over there, the little plastic shelves that I purchased, that I had for like for a long time. Put the boards back there, and I have my spray booth over there. And the spray booth will be used so I can start painting and airbrushing and all that stuff. I can get the tube here, open up the window, let the air come out, so it funnel out the air. So that's for that. Um, I also have this little camera here, so I can do a two-camera shoot, meaning I'll be talking and then I'll switch over to here. Maybe one day I will do a live stream with other people. Obviously, with the Dominican brothers is one. Maybe I'll join Mechanism one day if they invite me. That'll be nice. I don't know. See, I don't know where that will go, but now I have something to funnel back and forth if I have to. Now the camera, I have it hooked up to a USB cable, but the cable that I had going from here to here was too short, so I got to get a longer one. I've been funneling with cables here, and I want to make a whole mess and all that stuff. Nadoriva? Edward, what does that mean? Nazordorvia. Maybe I don't get that. I'm sorry. My apologies. Let me just continue showing. So that's that way. If I turn this way a bit more, there's a shelf there that I just purchased from Walmart. That cost me like 30 bucks. I'm gonna start putting my kits there once I get in out of the cabinet. Sorry, out of the boxes. And there's a massive fridge here that you could see. Now, unfortunately, when I was moving, I had no. I tried to get rid of I tried to get rid of the refrigerator. Somebody was planning to buy it from me, and at the last minute, that person bailed, and I got so pissed. I don't want to get rid of the refrigerator because it's a good refrigerator, and I had to bring it. I didn't want to bring it, but I had to bring it. Now I got two refrigerators. This one's not even on yet, but it has to be cleaned. So that's something I got to work on. Oh, I see. Cheers. Oh, thank you, Edward. Appreciate it. Ah, that's good. Very good. Oh, so that was that side. On this side, I have a nut, my old 26-inch Samsung, followed by my PS4. So it used to be set up where I used to play my PlayStation 4 on this same monitor that I'm looking at right now. So when I'm done, doing what I do, and I want to play Battle Operations 2 with Prime 92, I'll just switch over to that. But then I forgot that I had this monitor, and it works, so fair enough. So I'll be playing PS4, with Prime 92, and then I'll be looking at the internet at the same time. I know many people will say I should do live streams like on Twitch. And that's not my thing. That is not my thing. Uh, keep your pants, keep your paints on the second fridge. That'll be a cool idea. To keep my paints nice and cool. Thanks, Mac. Thank you very much. So yeah, I brought all my paints here. I actually went to buy new paint today. Um, but that's nothing. I mean, I thought I had a lot of paints. I had okay. I gotta build this up. So I brought everything from storage. I closed my account with the storage company, so all my boxes are here. Everything. So now everything has to be rearranged. What shocked me with me bringing all my boxes. How you doing, David? Thank you very much. When I brought all my boxes, I also start removing all my Gundam kits, and I don't mean the kits that I built. I'm talking about the kits that I have not built, and I was taken back. I've heard of people having excessive backlogs. I think I may have beaten somebody out there, but yeah, the people that I know of. How you doing, Bryce? Thank you. Place is good. Can get better. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I have a shitload of Gundam kits and other kits that I can't believe I still have in stock. I took a tally of everything that I have, and I have to. I'm gonna make a. Let's do a little guessing game. Does anybody want to play a game right now? Let's do a little guessing game. Let me just get a drink here. Oh, that's good. Cheers. Yes, Bryce, this is the new place. I'm on my channel right now. Watch me. All right. So, let's do this game. I'm going to ask you guys, and you can start putting in the chat. How many, you guys probably don't know. That's true. Right now I have all my Gundam kits unbuilt in my bedroom. My living room is still a mess, and I'm hoping to clean it up a bit so I can put the unbuilt kits here. But for now, it's over there. So, my big question is, what do I have, or how many do I have? I wish I could do a scan of everything else, but it's still a mess. So, here's the game. How many master grade kits do you think I have that I have not built yet? Start putting it up right there. And by the way, I know I'm going to do, all right, I'll say it right here. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'll do a giveaway. The person, And this is not going to be the whoever gives me the right answer is not going to get the giveaway. At the end of this, it will be the giveaway. All right. So let's see. Anne, I'm starting at 50. Edward says 55. What is this? All right. So we have 50, 55. Bryce says 30. Okay, you guys went a little fast. So Bryce says 30, David says 28, Anna says 50, Edward says 55, Jason PS3 12, Kenneth has 20. Let's see here. Max says 45, Tabo says 45 also. Richard Oles Jr., how you doing, Richard? It says 55. Bryce says 30. We'll give it about a few minutes so people can actually catch up on this. So how many Master Grade kits do you think I have not built? And okay. Let me read here. David completed 2 perfect grade in the last 2 weeks. Astray and R72. Amazing how far Bandai has exceeded. Yes, it is amazing. I've never built none of those kits, but I've seen people's reviews and builds and work in progress, and of course those kits up close. They're really amazing kits. All right, so let's. You know what? I wrote it down here, so I'm going to actually cover up what I put, so you don't see the other answers. All right, good. I'll use this for now. So the answer to how many master grades I have that I have not built is 20. All right. I think it was, where is he? Who said 20? Kenneth. Good answer. Good guess. Good guess. All right. Next up. How many high grades do you think I have that I have not built yet? High grades. HG. Let's try this again. Let's see who that is. Oh, okay. So how many high grades do you think that I have not built? I've pretty much collected a lot of high grades. Well, let me move on to the master grades. Master grades I picked up a lot. Some older ones, some recent new ones. Obviously, you guys all know that I got the master grade Barbatos. So that one is something I would like to work on. Let's see here. So I gotta remember where. Okay, so Kenneth said woo. So let's see. That's not much. Yeah, it's master grade is not much because remember it's big kits and it's a lot of money. High grades on the other hand is a different type of amount. So let's hear. David says 16. Bryce says 35. Edward says 37. Jason says 35. Richard says 25. 35 and 25. Okay, Anna says 20. May not be a lot. Kenneth says 40. Tavo says 25. Max says 47. Anna says 35. David says, oh, I have 17 master put away and 16 preferreds. Okay. All right. So those are your answers, right? Well, I have 54 high grades that I have not built yet. 54. So nobody won. Well, if you want to play it, The Price is Right. Kenneth, you were close. No, Mac, you were close with 47. So you were the closest. So 54 high grades that I have purchased throughout the years, and because I had a lot of the perfect grade boxes that I was squeezing inside some of the high grade kits and other smaller kits in there because I wasn't getting around to them, and my room was like so compressed that I had to find places where stuff would not fall off. That's what I have. So there we go. So Tao, yep, that was a lot. All right, this one is pretty simple. How many SD kits do you think I have? How many SD high grade kits that I have yet to purchase, build yet? This is a fun game. Now, mind you, there's other things that are into this, which I'm going to make a final guessing game type thing, and I'll show you the kit that I will give you guys, whoever wins. I promise you. So how many SD kits we have here? Let's see. Jason says 70. Bryce says 25. Edward says 12. Tao says 15. David says Jack and Coke. I forgot the Coke. Sorry. And Cola. Max says 17. Anna says, I'm going to try 10. Okay. Kenneth says 7. Okay. Give it a few more moments. So once I'm finished with that, I'm gonna switch to this. This was a gift. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else think can figure out how many SD kits I have? Let's give it a few moments. Okay, David says 23, 15 for Richard. I'll join you, Crown Royale. All right, okay. Well, I think the closest person of this happens to be Kenneth. I wrote down 7, but then I found another one, so +1. So, Kenneth, you're the closest one. Congratulations. So, yes, I have 8 SD kits not though. All right, this is going to get a little weird. All right. I wrote down no grade. Kits that are not master grades or high grades. They're the option part kits. I consider them not high grade kits. You know, like the wing. Actually, no, correction. No. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. How did I do this? That was other. Oh, okay, so good. So all the Bandai Gundam kits that were no grades, so they were not classified as no grades, they were not classified as a high grade or anything like that. They're just basically kits that were made before high grade was ever, the grades were introduced. Because I have a lot of those. So how many no grade kits do I have? You guys think about it. This is. I'll give you an example. I have the Perfect Xeon Gundam, Perfect Xeon, not the high grade or master grade, but the 2/20th scale. I think it is. It's like an old classic kit version. I also have the what do you call that? I just bought it, the Zogak. Not the high grade. There's a 1/100 scale version that Bandai had, but that was like a no grade kit at all. So I have that. All right, so you guys are pumping out numbers here. I see 7, 6, 5, 10, 22, 45, hike. All right, so we'll just make this simple. No grades, I have 18. I have 18 of those kits. So the closest one is Richard. Richard, you're the closest. Congratulations. All right, next up. You inspired me roughly 5 years ago to build, bro. Now 32 master grades and 3 PGs. Thanks for all your content. You're welcome, David. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope that your work is amazing. Better than me. I always say that listen, I do the best I can to show what I can do, and I hope to see the best out of everyone to bring them out. That's what I always appreciate, to see like things that will shock the shit out of me and go, oh wow, he did that. I can't believe that. It's amazing. So I appreciate your comment. Appreciate it. All right, so we'll do this one. This one's actually pretty simple. How many RE kits? How many RE 100 kits? Now, obviously, there's been how many RE kits that Bandai has released? I think I don't think they even broke the 10 mark yet, but I think they did. Well, let me ask you this. How many RE 100 kits did I purchase that I have yet to build? Begin. Ooh, was that Steve MRE? I think he just released a new video. Oh yes, one of my. So there's a guy on YouTube that I follow named Steve 1989 MRE. It's crazy when I watch his videos, him eating military food. I kind of like that for whatever reason. All right, so let's see here. Edward says 6, Anna says 5, Tavo says 8, Max says 4, Bryce says 4, Kenneth says 4. All right, the winner is number 5, Anna. Good guess. Good guess. Now, I'm going to take this off because I have the last two here. Perfect grades, I only have is one perfect grade that I just purchased and I still haven't built yet. And that was last year's 7 swords. All my other perfect grades are built. So the last one, and this is a bit tricky. This one you guys can go crazy with numbers. I have other Gundam. I have other model kits that are not Gundam. I have everything from Macross to 5-Star Story, from Yamato, from Full Metal Panic, from Star Trek, Star Wars. I have tanks, I have planes, I have boats, and I have little other things in between. How many standard model kits do you guys think I have? And it's a high number. Go. I mean, I like Gundam kits, of course, but there were other kits out there that I always wanted, that I got. Some of them I purchased, and a lot of them I won. I won them at MosquitoCon, with the raffles. I buy like $10 worth of raffles, which to give you like 20 tickets. And the next thing you know, boom, 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 they call it out, and then I win a kit here, I win a kit there. I won an airbrush. As a matter of fact, I think I saw. Where's that airbrush? Yeah, I won this at MosquitoCon in the raffle. All right. Okay, I'm starting to see some big numbers here. And okay, hold on. So let's be Tavo says 72, Bryce says 75, Anna says 65, Kenneth says 60, Edward says 63, and stop spending, lol. Max says 55. And then of David's comment, can you recommend an airbrush gun for a beginner who has only rattle cans and dry brushes? You know what? I just showed this right now. I would recommend getting this. This is retailing somewhere around 60 to 70 bucks, 48 from David. So I've always had good fortune with this. So look into this. I don't know if you. I just saw it on eBay. There's actually an airbrush that I just recently ordered. And if you can give me a moment, I'll answer the question in, how many kits in a minute. But now that Tavo just, David said something here. Let me see. Go to my account. All right, so it's no longer available. But there was a spray gun, an airbrush spray gun for $10, which I got on eBay. Which is going to be good for priming. Yeah, it's going to be good for priming. You got to look for these things here and there. And Taz Zabzabi, TZ Zazabi says 43. How you doing, Zazabi? So, to answer the question, how many non-grade kits other kits other than Gundam? 52. 52. So the winner has to be close to the closest person is, I think, David. David. Yo! What's up, Sumaza? Is that Miguel? I think it's Miguel. What's up? So, That's not an incomplete. That's an incomplete chart right there. Um, so I want to show you something, guys. And yes, Mikael, I knew it was you. So I'm gonna do a giveaway. Give it away. Give it away now. With everybody's giving me their numbers. Maybe many of you probably know what it is or something like that. But as of this carton that I wrote down, I found more kits. I found more kits. I can't tell you how many it was because I had kits put away in other boxes that I did not know existed. Big kits, small kits, large kits, even kits that was inside my car that was under some other stuff that I didn't realize. And I thought they were crushed. So I'm going to write down a number here on this carton. And the person who's closest to this number is going to get a prize. This is not the marker that I want to use. Okay. So, in total, how many kits do you guys think I have in my backlog? The winner will get this kit, the F-35C Lightning II. There are photo etch parts in this. There's decals in this. This is a very, very expensive kit, and I won this in a raffle last year. As much as I would love to build it, no, I can't. Not that I don't want to. I'm just not ready for this. So how many kits do you guys think I have? Write it down there. So I see Miguel, it says 150. 127 from Mr. David. TZ Zazabi says 113. Bryce says 168. Let's see, Justin. How you doing, Justin? You said 65, but you probably don't remember that I also tallied up all the other ones. So, but okay. Anna says 130. James says 125. Edward says 157. Tavo says 164. Kenneth says 190. I gotta remember where you guys left off. So 150, 127, 113, 168, 65, 130, 125, 157, 164, and 190 from Mr. Kenneth. Richard says 25. Max says 187. Oh. All right, good, good. All right. It's a lot of kits. I have a sizable backlog. In reality, I had more kits that I was actually giving away at a show, not a show, more of an event that happened last week. And I'll get to the answer in a minute. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll get to the answer in a minute. Last week I went to a bookstore in New York City, and I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna be butchering the name. It's called Kinokuniya Bookstore in New York City. I was there just to. They were doing a Gundam build event on Sunday, and everybody was like, come in, build a kit, bring also your kits that you've built, and post it on display for everybody to see. So I brought my Dynamis, which I built last year, which it's okay, yeah, it's all right. And then of course people were sitting down, and whoever wants to sit down to build something, they have to buy a kit, or they should have brought a kit of their own. I I brought some stuff that I was giving away, like little Yamato kits that I don't need anymore, and the older ones. and some other thing. There was a kit that I gave as a gift to a girl named Alicia. She's known as Dokuta. Hopefully, I pronounced that. She's gonna probably yell at me saying you said it wrong. So I gave it to her as a birthday gift. Um, but I didn't bring a kit per se to build because again, that was a time where I was like, didn't think about that. So I purchased the kit, and I purchased the Brylant Custom, and I built it over there. Um, it's ironic that I purchased it, and I don't know if it was a sign, something that I don't know what impulsed me to buy that kit. Happy New Year, John 0154. I don't know what impulsed me to buy the Brylant because 30 minutes later I hear the news of Kobe Bryant passing away, and I said, "My God, that is Bryant and Brian Kobe Bryant and Bryant," and I was like, "That was weird. How why did I buy this?" And I was now I'm afraid that if I have to go to another event and buy another kit, I'm probably I don't know. Uh, you know, Rest in peace, Kobe. You've inspired a lot of people in basketball. Yeah, when model kit becomes currency, you're maxed out. That is true. That is true. So yeah, when I was at the show, I purchased that kit and built it, and it was fun to build and all that stuff. But I was like, I should have brought my own kit, and maybe I could have whittled down the amount that I have here. And in case you guys want to know how many total kits I have this. So the closest is Mac. Mac Gun. You're 187. You're the closest. You're literally 9 points away from it. You beat out Kenneth, and you beat out Bryce. If Bryce would have said 169, it would have been tied. Miguel, I know I told you it was 150, but I found more kits, so sorry. So, yep. Mac, send me your information on my email address is stryderprime@gmail.com. Your address and your where you live, so I can pack that boy up and send it to you. Congratulations, you just won a kit from me. And it's a good kit. It's a very good kit. I opened it up to check it out. It has custom photo etch parts and all these decals. It's from a company called Kitty Hawk. So I will say, give me some time to find a box because I got boxes all over the place and I was throwing away boxes. The recycling guys must have been going crazy with all the amount of boxes. Oh, and speaking of which, I would like to say thank you to Gundam Planet. Thank you, Gundam Planet, for providing me all the boxes for my move. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would have been possible. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. You guys have been the best. The best. So yes, Mac, just send me an email, whether today or tomorrow, and I'll give you some time. Give me some time to prepare the case, so I could send it to you. All right? Yes, Miguel, it was rigged. I told it to him hours ago. You didn't know about it, right? Hey, Nike, how you doing? I'm doing okay. It's a little warm here. As a matter of fact, I did raise the window to circulate some air. I didn't put no fan here. This window may end up being the air conditioning unit, but I may end up putting it on this one because it's going to be away from everything else, so I don't want it to be bugging me. We have other I have the AC unit in here, which is an eyesore, especially the refrigerator is an eyesore as well. Hopefully I get everything squared away and all that stuff so things feel a little comfortable. It's a bit tough for me because when you're here and you're working Because I partly part of my job is I work for a company. I'm like a help desk analyst. It's a little bit of me. I don't tell you where I work, of course. Don't want to give out all the info. But partially, sometimes I go to my job to work, or I work here. Sometimes, and sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not so good, and I feel like I have to get out of the house. You definitely need to get out of the house. The new place does not have central air conditioning. Shout out from Reno, Nevada. How you doing, Dave? Let's see here. I just want to read everything else here. Okay, so Nike. Just to respond. Oh, so I know that I think I've mentioned this in the past. I was looking for a condo, something comfortable. Finding a condominium here was a pain in the ass because there was no condominiums that I wanted, or no condominiums um, that appeal to me. Yeah, this is a heater. This is a heater. It's not one of those big radiator heaters that's sticking out. This was like embedded in the wall, so it's not that hot. To tell you the truth. Well, the only thing is that the heat from downstairs, because I live in a second floor apartment, comes up, so I get a little bit of the heat downstairs, which is good. And the weather has been kind of okay today. So yeah, that's how it is. So going back to the condo, I've been looking for condominiums, finding someplace good, and something that I can call my own. Something to build like equity. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything that suit my needs, and I really wanted to get out my old house because one, they raised my rent, and they took away the garage. The house that I lived in had a garage that the original owner, gave me, but it was like a verbal giving me. It's like, hey, you can have this, and I just paid a little bit more money. With the new owner, who was never there, he was one of those guys that rented houses to people, and he did all of his negotiations through a realtor. You, I paid this amount, and you don't get the garage. He rented the downstairs vacancy area to a couple, and they didn't have a car, and that pissed me off completely to the point where I said, you know what, I gotta get out of here, otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. You know, and I felt bad moving because when I talked to the couple that were living downstairs, they had water damage caused by the contractors that was now renovating the apartment, and now they're looking into moving. I feel so bad for them, but then again, the house is an old house. It's so old. Let me give you a little history lesson. The garage, and I must have mentioned this in previous videos, so I apologize if I repeat myself, but I'll say it again. The original garage, when I moved there in 1989, had these massive steel doors, and the owner came to work because he used the first floor as his apartment, but he came into work when he started opening the doors, and you hear like the metal grinding and making that. At one point, I thought Godzilla was outside. So he was doing that, I think for 10 years, and then I guess he was starting to get a little old because he was an older gentleman then. And he had the metal doors replaced with a standard garage door, like everybody else has. And we were talking about it, and I says, oh wow, now that you don't have to worry about hurting yourself with the garage door. And he goes, yeah, and you want to know something about those garage doors? The house was built in the 30s, and the garage doors were there since then. The first owner had those steel doors there to protect his garage, not from people stealing his car. I don't nobody was stealing Studebakers back then, or Model Ts. He was into moonshining, and he had this distillery down in the garage. So he didn't want people to go in and get ripped off and stealing his hard-earned liquor. So it made me feel giddy inside saying, I can't believe I'm in a house that was part of history, part of the prohibition, history back in the 30s. I feel bad that you're leaving, but then again, the house is old and it is what it is. The garage fits horses. Yes, they do. I believe so. Yeah. So do you still have to pee in that cup? What cup? That cup right there? Yummy, yummy, mummy. Is you're referring to that cup right there? Uh, that or you're referring to this one that I'm drinking. So you guys understand. I pop this open right now. So uh, so yeah, I'm officially moved. This is my new place, and hopefully, I'm gonna start be delivering new content. My Turn A Gundam is, turning. Um, and I also want to open this up. This was a gift from Gundam Planet last year. They gave this to me. The the thing that is in a different language that I don't understand. But basically, you guys understand the premise. You can make little boxes to put paints and stuff. I've been looking at the hobby, the little things that you can buy. You can display your paints. Like a little arena and all that stuff. But I can never. And maybe you guys can help me out here. And I need an example. Okay. Can somebody tell me what millimeter is this? Because when I was looking for those, and you know what, I don't, I gotta say, I gotta look for the appropriate way of calling it. Give me a minute. I think it's called Hobby Zone. Yes. So a brand called Hobby Zone makes these stands. Obviously, there are other companies that make stands for the for displaying paints or tools and stuff like that. Zach Aurelius did a review of it a few weeks ago, and I've been looking to getting one myself. I have this, but I have a lot of paint. Obviously, I don't have a massive backlog like other people do, but I have a lot of paint. But I don't know what the diameter is on this. I can look it up. The Attorney Station one, good one, Nike. Thanks. But what is it? Because I keep seeing the numbers here, and I'm gonna review what I see. The one for 36 millimeter. I see the one for 26 millimeter. I see the one for, I believe, 10 millimeter. But I only know these by milliliters for the amount that it has inside. So what is the diameter for this? Because obviously that we have these. You have the bigger ones from not testers, Tamiya. You have the small tubey ones from Vallejo and AK. So yes, this is a 10 milliliter bottle. So Vincent says there are 23 millimeter. So this is 23 millimeter. So Miguel, you're wrong. They're not 36 because 36 is huge. 36 is the. And give me a minute. I'm gonna pull one out right now. So I'm assuming this, the Tamiya acrylic paints, these are 36, and this, which is around the same size as this, are 10 millimeters. You could tell a little. I mean, the the Tamiya the Tamiya compared to the Mr. Hobbies is just a little bit bigger, but then you see this one, how big it is. So Vincent, you're saying that these are 23, then this must be 36. According to the Amazon, the 10 milliliter bottles are 1.2 by 1.2 inches or zero point 0.4 ounces. Okay, that's ounces, but the diameter and size where I can actually stick. I don't want to buy those little stations and then I put this and it's like huge where it's swimming inside, or it's too small and it just dangles on there. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Back. Measure it in inches and divide it by 0.39. My head hurts. Do you have a display up yet showcasing your favorite Gundams? Have you tried to measure across the diameter in centimeters? I haven't tried that. There are 23 millimeter bombs, but the diameter is 39 to 40 millimeters. Yeah, I know that one. I guess I'm going to have to measure it. David, just to answer your question, and you probably came in late. So I'm going to show this again to those who just came on right now. So here's my workstation right here, where I'm going to be doing all my Gundam builds, right? I just purchased this shelf right there. This is a 5 shelf that I just purchased from Walmart. $29.99. Perfect. And I'll buy another one when I get a chance. That's my fridge that, of course, is an eyesore. I'm going to get another one so I can put it on the other side of the wall. And then when my living room is nice and clean and everything is pristine, I'm going to buy the glass case one from IKEA so I can display it. You know, I want to display my best work outside. So, you know, when friends come over or family and they see, oh, nice little glass case with lights and sound and all that stuff. I have the Kepler. All right, you know what? Thank you, Vincent, for that suggestion. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I still have all my kits that I have wrapped up in bubble wrap in containers in my car. I haven't brought it upstairs yet because I have a mess. I just finished building this guy, so I want to make sure this room is cleared up so that I can then get the cases, open them up, start displaying, put them in there. And actually, I bought those wide plastic containers. I'm gonna start putting high grades in there and putting them under my bed because I have no place to put them. I got no place to put them. So Edward says, so you're telling me that small little bottle that I just showed you, the Mr. Hobby bottles, are 35 millimeter? How big is the goddamn tester one, Tamiya ones, the huge ones? Anyway, so I think that's pretty much it for now. I'm almost going to end this show, but let me explain to you what I'm going to be doing in the next few months. Let me cover something that we should talk about. MosquitoCon 2020. Let me just get it for you guys to see this. I'm not seeing the comments, so I apologize. MosquitoCon is on April 4th, 2020. This will still be at the well, hold on a second. There was talk that it was going to be in a different place, and I found out that was wrong. It was slightly corrected. It's still going to be in Wayne, New Jersey. And let me just pull up this so I could show it to you guys. All right, let me share my screen. Give me a minute. Share screen, application window, Chrome tab. All right, so you guys are still yeah, just keep going with them. So let me show you this. So MosquitoCon will be still at the Wayne Powell Hall in Wayne, New Jersey. The theme for the show will be That's Entertainment. I wish they can, you know, give more detail of that. But, you know, the same stuff as always. Nothing has changed here on this page. But if you go down here on this page and I zoom in on figures, Gundam is now a category, number 39. That is right. We now have our own Gundam category at MosquitoCon coming this April. That is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Obviously, we still have 38, which is going to be beings, robots, and suits. But for anybody bringing a Gundam kit, this is the table to be. This is the table to be. So what do you guys think of that? We now have our own category coming this April 4th. That's literally going to be 2 months. 2 months and a couple of days. So what am I bringing to the show? Well, I'm planning to do, obviously, Penelope. Penelope is being worked on. I also want to build another master grade kit. And I think the one master grade that everybody's been talking about is, of course, the Barbie itself, Barbatos. So I'm going to be working on that guy soon. But I also want to build other kits in other categories. And lately, I'm going to show you something. I've had stock of kits that I was going to sell. Then I decided to change my mind. Let me just... So, I've been watching a couple of people online doing diorama builds. I've been interested in doing a diorama build for a long time. But everybody remembered my first diorama, and I said to myself, okay, maybe I went a little too much with 6 mobile suits in one big box and all that stuff. It was a learning experience, and obviously I learned it the hard way. I knew I wasn't going to win, but I needed to do something different, and that was it. And for many years, many of you guys have been asking me, when am I going to do a diorama? When am I going to do a diorama? When? Well, I don't know when, because I didn't know where to go with that. So I did the one thing that I could do, which is basically do more research. And then I watched a video of a guy doing a submarine build. 1/350 scale submarine. On a little foam. He placed the submarine there and he created the waves with the technique that he did on the video. I want to try that. So I'm not making a diorama of a Gundam. I'm making a diorama of a ship. And the only ship that I have in small scale that right now that I could probably do as a test, because I need to start learning this from scratch, has been this one. I had this ship for a long time. This is the USS Sullivan by Trumpeter, 1/700 scale. It's around, actually, I'll open this up for you guys to see. This kit was originally worked on by somebody, and I purchased this a long time ago, but I never bothered to, build it. Here is the scale of it. It's roughly, I would say, about the size of a high grade, you could say, height-wise, that is. And I purchased some stands, or not stands, some wooden plates that I got from Michael's. This cost me about $2 each. They had a lot of these, so I picked up a lot so I can test this out. And I'm going to start putting on the ship and then doing the waves that the guy that I saw on YouTube do. And I'm going to do that as a diorama entry at small scale, well 1/700 scale. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been meaning to build other kits. Actually, to tell you the truth, not other kits. I've been meaning to go back to my roots. I mean, Gundam has been my life for a good 20 years, but before Gundam, it was model kits, regular model kits. I built ships, I built tanks, I built planes, I built cars. I even built a sailing ship that pissed me off, but I built them because they were fun and they were cool, and that was the only thing out there. And even though Gundam is unique in its own right, I do remember building those things that made me happy as well, and I want to go back to those again, those days again. So, I'm going to enter a ship build for MosquitoCon, but I also want to enter a tank build as well. I got this at MosquitoCon last year. This it was on they were selling for $15. This says $49.99. But I said, let me get this, and I opened it up, and there's some unique parts in here that I didn't know about, including it came with its own glue. It would be nice if it came with photo etch parts. But I want to try this for shits and giggles, and see how it comes out for whatever. I may not enter this if I don't do very well in the armor. I may end this kit and I'll build a plane. I'll enter that with a Gundam kit or any other Gundam kit that I'll make, and I'll do it in the trifecta section. See how that comes out. So the tank, the ship, Penelope, and Barbie will be coming with me to MosquitoCon, and hopefully maybe I'll build another kit as well. Let's see here. Studio WD needs to have more detail. The conversion is welcoming various entries. Okay, the convention is welcoming various entries. Okay. Will you join GBWC 2020? Of course I will join GBWC 2020. As a matter of fact, I the last box that I brought. Oh God, that's right. I got. Well, hold on a second. Well, congrats. I got a run. Also, 1.3 inches in diameter. Okay, great. The mosquito con that is. All right. Um. So yeah, I am doing MosquitoCon. The last box that I brought was, of course, my Gundam Harpy. You know, the heavy. Now I forgot you know, the the thing that I made 2 years ago, which I have not finished yet. I'm going to return to that and finish it for GBWC this year. There are certain things that I'm going to be stripping from it and redoing it again with new parts. I'm probably gonna redo the gun again. I'm gonna probably redo the wings again because it was so blocky and things like that. The Gatling guns will stay, of course, but I need to fix that again. So that's coming back. That was good. That was good. I should have another drink, but no. As I said, the last box was that, but there were other boxes that was before that, and I also discovered that not only did I have obviously a lot of Gundam kits, a lot of model kits and stuff. Found old toys. I found like my GI Joe collection, and then I found two collections that I had that I I mentally blocked, and I could not believe I had. I have a extremely large, well, let's not say large, let's just say a sizable amount of comic books from, let's say 1980, let's say 1990 to 1993. A ton of comic books. And I also have, okay, you know those baseball cards? You know those little cartons, those white cartons that people buy so they can put you know, baseball cards in there. And I believe a box like this holds 1,000 cards. I think. I have 20 of these boxes. So I have over 20,000 baseball cards. I don't think it's all baseball cards. I think it's a combination of baseball and basketball and football and some other shit that I picked up along the way. I know that I was in at a time I was collecting the Marvel cards. I don't know if they're worth anything. I don't know if the lithograph or the reflective thing worked is worth anything, but it's something that yes, I definitely need to figure out because I had so much of this that was stored in an attic, and I don't have an attic here. They're going to have to be stuffed in a closet of someplace or someplace until I figure out how to get rid of them. I don't want to look at them because to look at them will take a lot of my precious time to figure out where the hell am I going to put all this goddamn stuff. Or who wants to buy comic books and who wants to buy cards? I can imagine I have a card that's probably worth a lot. Hell, you know what? I'm going to keep my mouth shut on what I'm about to say, so I'm not saying it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had it for 30. I had it for 20 years or so. I got to figure out what to do with it, Mac. It's ridiculous. Gundam, I can understand. I know the value of my model kits. I cannot figure the value of my comic books, and I mean, I have comic books from both Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, and any other thing, and some mangas and all that stuff. So I can't even not manga, not the thick manga, even the smaller ones. I did have a sizable collection of the Ghost in the Shell line, which was pretty cool. I think I have Dominion Tank Police. I have a lot of Godzilla comic books. I have Alien versus Predator or Aliens or Predator, either or. I think some Terminator ones. I even found, and I don't even know how I got it. No, again, I better keep my mouth shut. I don't want to say myself. Yeah, but the cool thing about the comic books, they were all in their plastic. Maybe there were a dozen or so that were not, but a lot of them were plastic. Just to give you an example, I have Spawn #1. I have Spider-Man #1, and I don't mean the original Spider-Man. I think it's the Amazing Spider-Man #1. I'm going with what I have in my head. Youngblood, Gen 13. I know those are Image Comics. I don't know if they're worth anything. Spawn is I definitely is probably worth something. So I have a lot of the X-Men ones. Um, I cannot say what I have for DC. I know I have some Superman ones when Superman died and the four Supermans were coming back. So those were kits. Those were the comic books that I had that I don't have the time to sit down and look at them. I don't know how to grade them. Obviously, there's some sort of probably look online for some tutorials or examples, and then maybe I'll take it to some shop, and then some guy says, "Oh, I'll give you $1 for all of it." And I was like, "All right, here, fine. Maybe you get some credit." You know what? That's cool. I may find a place where they sell both comic books and Gundam. Maybe I can give it and get it for trade and get it like a credit for whatever Gundam kits I have. If I can get enough money to purchase a perfect grade, yes. But that's something that I'm not going to work on now. That has to be sometime in the spring, going into summer. Going into summer. So yeah, I have all that, and then of course move on to the baseball cards or the regular sports cards. I have to say sports cards because it's all sports. Yeah, and I got to figure that out. I really do. Okay, I think this is a very good show. First stream. I'll do another one. I'm gonna try to do one stream a month. Maybe at the end of the month, like I did last year. Give some feedback and updates on what I'm doing right now, what I'm building. Let me just give you some feedback. What I'm planning to do. So Penelope is going to be work in progress again. I'll pick up where I left off from last year. That will be in a couple of days. I do have some videos of some reviews and builds that I just did, and I'll post it within the next day or so. I got to do that to keep my channel alive, of course. Then I'll be moving on to the Penelope. I am not doing. I'm gonna do video build, but it's not gonna be a series like I do with my Gundams. I'll definitely work on this and compose it into maybe part one, part two, and that will be it. So you guys will see this. I'll be working on both the on the ship and on the tank. I have another ship that I may think of doing again if things come out right, if I feel in the mood to do it. Because the categories for Mosquito Con, and let me review this again. So for military vehicles, since this is a 1/35th scale, let's see here. 1/35th scale. Armored fighting vehicles tracked or wheeled pre 145. So it's actually post 1945. So that will be category number 15 if I decide to. Actually, no, my tank is a World War II. So that will be number 14. So that will be one. Ships is since it is a 1/700 scale, so it will be 1/400 or larger scale. That's category number 21. If I decide to do another ship, I'll probably use the same one. I don't have 1/350 scale ships. I do have a 1/44 scale submarine, but I don't think I'm going to add that. I don't think I have time for that. So that's one. I have no civilian vehicles. I don't, obviously don't believe in civilian. Gundam, I'll have two kits, maybe three, who knows. But I am interested in doing a secondary kit for the number 38 to fill the gap in that. So I'll probably end up doing that. Dioramas or vignettes. I'm thinking of that, but let's see how far I can go with the smaller scale first. And then, of course, there's miscellaneous. I may end up making a miscellaneous kit. There's the trifecta. I may do the trifecta kit. There's classic plastic, any 20-year-old kits. That gives me an idea right there. So I want to cover all the areas of this. So yeah, that's my whole plan. Uh, okay, Studio. So Studio WD. I'm assuming you built the high grade Penelope. Was it a good build for you? Um, hopefully, I see. If you have a Facebook, show it to me. But anyway, I'd like to thank you guys. You've been a great support. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for all your support in my channel. I'm gonna try to do the best I can with my kits. I'll deliver better content. I don't know how my video stream is. My stream is, um, looks okay. The lighting is fine. I was thinking of getting that little weird lighty circle thing, but I don't know how, blah, it'll hit me in the face. The mic came out good, but I'm not going to have this mic in front of me all the time. As a matter of fact, my intention was to buy the boom mic so I can connect it, and then that way it'll be right there next to me, and then I can talk, move it around and all that stuff. So that is my next idea. Um, the I'm going to be ending up putting shelves up there. I have I have two metal things that go up there. So I'm going to put a shelf up there so I can put stuff on there as well. So that will be worked on that, and then hopefully by next month I'll get my hands on another bookcase and start displaying more kits so you guys can see. Um, and that's pretty much it. One final thing, I'm definitely gonna have to curve my wallet this calendar year 2020. I have a lot of kits, too many to count, and I don't want to buy another kit, even though I just bought one last week. Um, I'll definitely look into the year of doing some giveaways again. I don't know what to give away yet, because pretty much everything I have I want to build. But let's see how the wind, where the wind blows, what mood I feel. And another thing is I'm not going to do any contests this year. I cannot afford contests. I spent a lot of money moving. This rent is still higher than what I normally pay, but at least I have what I need. Especially the most important is a parking spot, because I didn't have a parking spot in the last place. But at least now I'm more comfortable here. I will definitely look into doing giveaways next month. Maybe do it a monthly, and it won't be something like that, but maybe something else. Gundam related or whatever, depending on, again, how I feel. But I'll definitely keep it interesting for you guys to look at. But going back to purchasing kits, I'm not going to be purchasing a lot of kits this year. I actually did. I talked to a friend of mine, and I told my friend, "Give me a number 1 to 10." And my friend said 5. And then I said, "Are you sure? 5?" Says, "Yes, 5." Perfect. I'm only going to buy 5 Gundam kits this year. The Brylant Custom doesn't count because it was after that. So I'm buying 5 Gundam kits. I already have the Master Grade Kyrios is 1. And 2, I'm thinking of the real grade Impulse Gundam. But I'm gonna hold on that. There were other kits that came out that I was thinking of looking into, but I'm not getting those as well. So, yeah, 5 Gundam kits. And by the way, I said Gundam, so I'm only gonna get 5 Gundam kits. Yeah, I'm gonna try to work that around. So yeah, 5 kits I'm gonna get. Obviously, I'm gonna spread it out. So in March, I'll get the Kyrios, right? Yeah. And then whatever something that's announced during the course of the year, if I like it, I'll get it. So, and if it depends. Again, depends what release. I mean, if Bandai decides to release the 2.0 Kempfer, that's a purchase right there. If Bandai decided to announce the Master Grade High God, boom, right there. I mean, I'm thinking of War in the Pocket right there. I'm giving examples. If there's going to be something that we never seen before, that I think what we're all waiting for, we have the Penelope. We need the Cassie. High grade Cassie. That's coming. It's definitely coming. So yeah, that is the plan for calendar year 2020. Obviously, if I win from a contest or somebody decides to send me a kit, which I highly believe that's never going to happen, you never know. But let's play it by ear and see where it goes. I'm around as always. You guys can send me messages whenever you feel like. You can ask me questions. You could reach me out on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page, on my Twitter page, and yeah, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and here. I haven't joined Twitch yet because I don't understand that, and I'm not going to do that anytime soon. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this channel, this stream. Next month, I'll do another one. Maybe I'll invite one of my friends. Maybe in a couple of weeks, I'll do a Dominican Bro live video like I did with Miguel and Albert. That'll be cool. Just chat up and all that stuff. Say some stuff. Let's see here. Well, let me read the last comments. Build a Defiant. You remember the Defiant? I got that. I know. That was one of the leftover kits that I forgot to put in the thing. Let's see here. Love the giveaways. Prices need to go down for property taxes. That's true. Then you punch them 5 times. Okay. Yikes. Think that's gonna be hard for you to do. Okay. Yeah, I know it's gonna be hard for me to not buy more than 5 kits, but my willpower has been strong lately. Because to tell you the truth, as much as I like staying here, I'm still going to save up money, and I'm maybe not 2020, maybe 2021. I will definitely looking for another place to stay, but let's see where it goes. Let's see here, one step at a time. Yes, John, 1 step. On the 40th anniversary of Gunpla, you're not going to get the 5 kits. The 40th anniversary of Gunpla, are you not going to just the 40th anniversary Gundam, I kind of like it, but after I saw the video of the Zaku's. With that being said, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. And stay tuned for more Gunpla models, or Gundam models, yet to come. You guys all have a great